the time I'm recording this, TikTok is not working and it is stressful. It is very stressful, and I honestly am getting sick and tired of going on TikTok and it's not working. At some point, I literally looked at my phone and I was like, why am I getting no views? And that wasn't just me. That was a lot of content creators, especially with political videos and stuff like this. I don't really post them anymore, but with like political videos for other like people, and I try to watch them, I cannot watch them. Why the hell can I not watch videos that I want to watch, right? Like there's some videos out there that I do think it's important to watch, and you don't have to be part of politics, but at least get some general information. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I believe in. So sometimes when I do scroll down, it just doesn't work. Sometimes when I go on TikTok, it doesn't work. I mean, either way, Instagram is better, but still, like, Lord have mercy, bro. Like, I just want to go on TikTok and just have fun and just, like, be me, you know? And it's not even that. It's what's crazy too is I have a friend who usually gets between 600 to 800 views per TikTok. Sadly, did not even get a single view for like 3 days. Jesus Christ, bro! Like 3 days, like okay, like okay, whatever, right? And like, I feel like YouTube Shorts does it better in such a way because TikTok feels like it's organized, if that makes sense. Meaning people just tend to get 300 views and it just suddenly stops. It doesn't feel organic. It just feels like, yeah, it feels like TikTok itself is like, yeah, this video is gonna get 300 views and it stops. Whatever likes, get the hell it wants. 300 views and it stops. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Sometimes it does feel like, TikTok just like lowers your views on purpose. At sometimes I've actually heard stories about people on TikTok going to their creator program and their views actually gotten less, even though their content has gotten better. And then when they did like YouTube or something like that, they ended up growing more and getting paid more. And then I've actually heard stories of them regretting not to start on YouTube too. Actually, I was like, good for you. Good for you. Yeah. But yeah, no, I do think that TikTok kind of needs a little bit of improvements, especially with like political videos or videos that like you want to post or something. Like, I don't know what's going on with the algorithm. My biggest theory about the algorithm and why it kind of does this is, well, sometimes when you do post a video, let's start with that, okay? When you do post a video in any other platform, I do feel like the algorithm kind of decides the video for you and decides how much views you get for you right off the bat. What does this mean? I think that when you post a video, it kind of just depends how good your video is, right? So like if let's say TikTok looks at my video and goes, so this video isn't good, I don't know if it'll get that much views, they could probably push it less or something like that. And the same thing goes with YouTube and all of that stuff, Usually there's like an AI and stuff like this to post, right? But even then, I don't know. Another thing that maybe people just get 300 views on is simply because people are just boring on TikTok. They literally post the same thing over and over and over and over again. I'm looking at this, I'm like, I want to get original content, right? So, TikTok is like, yeah, just decides to post videos that are original, If we have videos that are original content, they could probably get more views. So maybe that's why most people get 300 views, and it may just look like it's being planned or stuff like that. I don't know. But I do have a theory why TikTok probably has like no views like at all with a lot of videos, and I think it's because of algorithm resets. What does this mean? Okay, it just means that your algorithm just starts to zero and it kind of just resets all over again. And sometimes it can be tricky, and if you're like literally resetting all of the algorithm, that's going to be tricky for a lot of people, because if you really think about it, the algorithm itself, if it does reset, it's going to affect your videos. It really is. It's not one of those things where it's a good thing, right? Like, I'll give you an example, okay? I'm just being myself, okay? Now, let's say all of a sudden I decide, to make challenges. Those videos are not going to reset, right? It's different content, but these videos are not going to reset the algorithm because, it's still in the same niche of vlogging myself, being myself, right? But let's say I switch the entire thing and I go gaming, okay? Now, here I am, I'm going gaming, okay? YouTube is gonna pick that up. YouTube is gonna be like, ooh, gaming, ugh. Well, because you have gaming, it technically resets your algorithm from zero. Why? Because that is from a different niche. Not necessarily probably because, people don't care. Nowadays, people do care whether content you like or not. It's probably also because the algorithm resets, and because YouTube doesn't like change, it's probably better for you to make a second channel, and that would probably do better if you post gaming on your first channel. Like, let's say you have 1 million subscribers, you get 100,000 views. I guarantee that's going to lower down by 90%. You just make a second channel, you could probably do even better than that, right? So, like, the algorithm does reset at some point, right? Now, maybe that's why, TikTok is just not working for a couple days, because I heard rumors because apparently they did an algorithm reset, meaning it's going to be the same videos and all that type of stuff, but because it's a new company and all, and like being on TikTok, I think Oracle, because it's all of that stuff, I do think that that's going to cause a reset, whether you like it or not. And maybe that's why we get 0 views, and that's why it's buggy and all that stuff. Because here's the thing, okay? Whether also you like it or not, a new company is a new company. If Minecraft sold its game to Epic Games, for example, terrible idea, please don't do that. But let's say they sold it to Epic Games, that's going to cause a lot of major shifts to Minecraft, probably even its servers. So, you know what I'm saying? I think these stuff are normal, but the thing is, like, you also have to understand, like, the fact that just TikTok isn't working most times is kind of weird, and I'm looking at this, I'm like, really? But about TikTok, I feel like YouTube, like, the viewers are just planned from the head-go when you post a video. I also think that could probably be a possibility, but yet alone, I don't think so. I really don't, because the thing is, a lot of TikTok people are just kind of boring, right? Like even my profile is kind of boring. Like, I literally see why I don't get that much views, because I'm just posting like everybody else. And here's the thing, TikTok for me just doesn't have a lot of special areas, and I'll post clips then and there, but even then, it's you know what I'm saying? Like, I do feel like my content kind of deserves that low viewer and in the end there's area, because it's boring. It's like everybody else, right? And because of that, I do think people do get just that 300 views and all that stuff. And also just keep in mind, YouTube is not a strategy, right? It's not a strategy with math and with content and niches. It really isn't. It's just you recording a video and going along with what you do. That's pretty much all it is. Again, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing on YouTube, so if something is working, I guess I'm gonna just keep doing it. But with TikTok and all that stuff, I do think that the reason why there's these glitches and all these stuff is because there is a new company. Now, whether or not like the viewers just stay like this, or like even before like Oracle and all that stuff, even let's just get rid of all of that stuff before it even happened and all that stuff, right? Like, even then, like, I just feel like the viewers itself just feels kind of like there, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, like I don't know, I just have more luck on Instagram or all of these other stuff than TikTok. And despite that, Instagram is better. Like, it just really is. It's a lot better than TikTok, because TikTok, you're just TikToking your life by just scrolling down. I don't know. It just, you know what I'm saying? Like, Instagram, at least you laugh, right? TikTok is like, ha, I do this too. Okay. You know what I'm saying? At least Instagram, you have these memorable stuff. And I think that's what I like about Instagram, because there is a lot of cool, niches, a lot of really cool stuff that people do on Instagram. I think it's cool. I generally do think, Instagram is better. But even then, I do not know whether or not to think about TikTok. TikTok just feels weird, and honestly, it just feels such in a weird situation. A lot of content creators are now being open about it, with their videos being banned and all that stuff. And I was like, wow, this is such a weird moment in my life, because I'm trying to post content, right? I'm trying to make it out there, but TikTok ain't working, right? So, yeah. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about TikTok. do you guys post on TikTok? I actually saw a lot of comments before that they actually stressed how TikTok is, right? And like literally it's there, but it's like it's there. You know what I'm saying? It's there, right? Like I know like it's meant for younger audiences. Maybe that's why it's stupid. But even then, it's there. You know what I'm saying? Like TikTok is just one of those platforms where it's just there, right? It's there. It's open. You can post whatever, do whatever. Instagram is just more business, and YouTube is more career wise if you want to do content creator stuff. But I don't know. Maybe that's why I like YouTube. Maybe that's why, because it's just like more of a way of just having fun. I don't know. But let me know what you guys think about YouTube and especially TikTok. Well, why am I saying YouTube? But yeah, TikTok. What do you guys think about TikTok? And let me know what you guys think. Anyways, make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.